So the second episode of The Bachelor Pad aired a couple days ago, and this episode was way better than the first one in so many ways. It was only 2 hours long, so it kept my attention. And it also kept my attention because things were just cray cray up in the Bachelor Pad house. Like, crazy things are happening the whole time. So let's just start from the beginning. And we start off with Casey telling us that he's in complete control of the game and he has everyone doing what he wants. And then right after Casey, we have a little interview with Jake, and he talks about how he feels like all of his efforts are working out really well, and now everyone thinks he's a great guy. No one thinks he's a jerk anymore, and he thinks that things are looking up with Vienna and all of these things. I don't know. I think both Casey and Jake are completely out of their mind. I don't really know where they get these ideas. Casey, I guess he has some control of the game, but I don't really think he has as much control as he thinks he does. And Jake, you're just wasting your time. Like, you should focus on the money or something else, because trying to be nice to Vienna and convince everyone that you're a nice guy is just not gonna work out well for you. I don't think that's a good idea. So then we had a game, and the game was basically put a target on everyone's back and throw eggs at them to answer questions. And Erica got the most eggs thrown at her for being the most unattractive in the house, which was really sad. Felt bad for her. And then Jake got the most eggs thrown at him for who doesn't deserve to be in the game or something like that. So Jake lost the game, so he figured he would try to get Vienna on his side and get her to give him the rose and try to get Casey to not vote for him and all these things, and it was just crazy. So Jake set out from the beginning to talk to Vienna and give her a chance to be nice, as he said repeatedly in the episode. So towards the middle of the episode, we went on 2 dates, and the winners of the challenge were Michael and Melissa, and they each got to go on a group date, so they got to bring 3 other people with them, and there was a rose on the group date that they could give out. So the first group date was Michael's date, and he took Erica, Michelle, and Holly with him, and they went on a ghost tour, and it was very scary. But I don't know Bachelorette. Usually Bachelor, they go on pretty exciting dates. I guess a ghost tour is exciting for some. I probably wouldn't go, but whatever. So the good part was that Holly and Michael got to talk, and they were the ones that were engaged and then broke up and then got back together and then broke up again. And now they're in the Bachelor Pad house, so they got to talk things out, and I really felt bad for them. It just seemed really sad, their whole situation. And I think the biggest reason why I felt bad for them was because they aren't dramatic fame whores like Vienna and Casey are. So I kind of felt for them, and I hope that they can work out whatever they need to work out. And then the next date was Melissa's date, and she brought Kirk, Blake, and Casey with her. And rumor has it that she liked Blake, and Blake knew that, so he figured he would go ahead and use that to his advantage and try to get the rose. So he did, and he succeeded. He got the rose from her, and that ended up being a horrible idea because I guess Blake wasn't aware that Melissa is kind of a psycho. And she thought that her and Blake were together because she gave him the rose. And so she was really mad at him for not talking to her anymore, and he kind of has a little thing going on with Holly, so she was mad about that, and Melissa just completely lost her mind for the rest of the episode. She was crying hysterically and just going crazy, and then Blake really didn't know what to do about it. So Blake, maybe that's what you get for using her. Sorry. Kind of sucks, I know. And then while Casey is away on this date with Melissa, Jake decides he's going to talk to Vienna, so he goes in and tries to talk to her. She rejects him. She won't talk to him until Casey is with her, so he waits, and he keeps saying that he's going to give her that opportunity to be nice because, that's what he feels is right, and he wants her to save him because he saved her the first episode. I think we all know what happens later. Vienna's not going to save him because Vienna doesn't like you, Jake. She hates you, and she's not a nice person, so she's probably not going to do something nice. And she's really not going to do something nice for someone that she hates. So, I don't know. I wish I could counsel Jake. He doesn't he's not with us. He doesn't understand, but it's fine. Whatever. So then we had the rose ceremony, and this is when things started going nuts. Gia got really upset because apparently Graham went behind her back and said something, so she decided she was going to up and get out of there. Gia packs her bag, she leaves. Goodbye. I felt really bad for Gia because I feel like people always kind of play with her and just use her for stuff, and she seems like a really nice girl, so sorry to see you go, Gia. And then we had the rose ceremony, which Chris announced that it would be 2 girls going home instead of a girl and a guy, so the voting changed a little bit. And when he announced that, Vienna had a freak out and said that that is not fair, and that she really didn't like that her and Jake were in the same house and all this stuff. And Chris Harrison said, that door's open, no one's forcing you to stay here. And that is why I love Chris Harrison. Because he says it. He tells it how it is. And that's the truth, Vienna. So if you want to go, you can go. No one's stopping you. I wouldn't miss you. Just putting that out there. So yeah, but she didn't leave, of course not. So then we had the rose ceremony, and it ended up being Jackie going home because Gia went home, so she counted as kind of one of the girls that went home. So Jackie was the one who went home. It was really sad because we know that Ames and Jackie had a thing going on, and I felt really bad for Ames because I just wanted to find love so badly. So he went and said goodbye to Jackie, and you know, we're being all sad, and all of a sudden Ames takes a few steps back to the rose ceremony, and then he turns himself right back around and he runs after that limo. He gets in the limo with Jackie and he goes with her. So Ames decides to take Jackie over the money, over the game. He leaves everything for the girl that he loves, and I think that is beautiful. Ames is just so great. Obviously, his time on The Bachelorette with Ashley has taught him how to be romantic and how to show his affection for people, and I think what he did was great, and I'm very proud of him. But according to reports, they're not together anymore. So I don't know. I just checked the reports again, and I'm hearing that they are still together. They're just keeping quiet about it. So I don't really know. I'm hearing 2 different stories. I hope they're still together, though, because Jackie was my favorite, and I really like Ames, too. So at least the show ended on a high note, which is very rare. And then, of course, we saw a little glimpse of the Phantom again. This time he was making breakfast while everyone was asleep. I don't know why the Phantom is in this house. That's all I'm going to say. Just going to leave it at that.